Traffic was at a standstill for more than 12 hours yesterday after 7 cars were caught up in a serious collision on the A20. Well, McDonald's staff here at the Swanley services spent most of the afternoon bringing food orders to people trapped in the 12 hours of traffic here on the A20. But what most of them didn't know was the tragedy that was unfolding right at the front of the pack. 2 men, a 25-year-old from Crawley and a 54-year-old from Kidbrooke, were trying to rescue another driver in an overturned car when they were struck by a passing silver Mercedes and killed. A further 6 people reported injuries, however none, including the driver of the car upside down, are said to be in a critical condition. Meanwhile, at the other end of the A20 today, another pedestrian was hit by a lorry in Sellinge, but luckily they're in a stable condition. And after 2 incidents in 24 hours, would you know what to do if you were caught up in a collision?
The first thing that I would do is to call the emergency services, rather than making a decision where you could think you're rescuing somebody, but you might be making the situation worse. You could be damaging their back.
I would respond. I'd just make sure, not to move them, etc., just in case there's a neck or back injury. I definitely would support, because, it's life or death sometimes, isn't it?
Emergency services say drivers should leave the heroics to the trained professionals. But the advice from road safety expert Simon Horton is to act, but with extra care.
We don't know how individually we're going to react. Some people will go straight into, sort it out mode. Some people will go into mode where they don't want to get involved. So the first thing is to really appreciate how you're feeling about it before you commit to any sort of action. Without the proper training, I wouldn't expect people to start wandering up and down on high-speed roads to slow traffic down. I think the obvious thing, if you've got a vehicle, is to protect the scene with that vehicle. Use your lights, use your hazard lights, what you need to do, obviously. But certainly we wouldn't expect people to start wandering up and down on a high-speed road, because that traffic is moving very quickly and it'll be upon you very quickly.
Kent Police are trying to piece together what's happened in the moments leading up to the fatal crash and want anyone with dashcam footage to come forward. But the message from KCC's road safety team is to think twice before risking your life. Joe Caution for KMTV.